We start off today talking about the fact that many conservatives, much of the right wing, was very upset, very outraged by the performance by Sheryl Lee Ralph of Lift Every Voice and Sing, or as it's also known, the Black National Anthem before the Super Bowl. And this triggered, we'll say, much of the right wing, and I want to discuss that today. We'll watch a clip of Michael Knowles perceiving the events of the Super Bowl before the Super Bowl as an indication that maybe liberals want a race war. That's Michael Knowles' conclusion, that maybe that's what liberals are pushing for with this. It is wild and vile and dangerous what he says here. And then after, or kind of throughout watching this clip, we'll discuss why it was actually beautiful that this took place before the Super Bowl and why this take is so deeply, deeply incorrect.
But now the libs are saying there are two national anthems. One for black people, one for white people. Which one do the Hispanics and the Asians and the other people, I don't know which one they get to sing. Maybe they'll get their own. But if there are two national anthems, that means that there are two nations, two competing nations. Are they going to be geographically distinct nations? Is what the libs saying here is that black people need one part of the country and white people need another part of the country? Or is it going to be two nations fighting over the same geographical land? Is it the libs calling for a race war?
You brought that up. You made a decision to bring that up. And we'll watch the rest of the clip, but before we do, already so much to respond to. Let's just explain, for Michael Knowles' sake, where the term Black National Anthem comes from, okay? So the song, Lift Every Voice and Sing, was written in 1900 and then popularized as time went on. And it became known as the Black National Anthem. Why would that be the terminology used for that song? Why would there be an ambition to unify around within the black community a song other than for the purposes of the representation of one's community, one's country, the national anthem? Why would that be an ambition? Well, in 1900 and then the following years, the government and the country that was represented by the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, was actively, explicitly through law telling black Americans they were less than, telling them they didn't deserve the rights that other people did. And so it makes sense in my mind that in that reality, one would make the decision to find a different song to unify around. That makes a whole lot of sense to my mind. And so then, fast forward, I think it's beautiful to then celebrate that song for what it represents about the fight for rights to bring us to where we are today. It's not saying we have two separate official national anthems, white people go there, black people go there. No, it's recognizing the past and then recognizing what needs to be done going forward, the continued fight we should all be willing to be a part of. But he takes it as an indication that there's a push for a race war among liberals. Truly vile. When you see the world through that messed up of a lens, you come to that messed up of conclusions. And you very easily could have had what I see as the normal reaction, which is, that makes a lot of sense. Lift Every Voice and Sing had to become the Black National Anthem within the black community because the national anthem did not represent them, because it represented a country that was actively oppressing, that was actively, explicitly in law telling them they were less than. And then it represents the fight for rights that got us out of some of that and the continued fight for rights that we should be a part of going forward. Continuing.
Those are the only options. If you have two national anthems for two distinct groups of people within the same geographic territory, then you're either calling for partition, like you saw with India and Pakistan, or you're calling for a race war for one group to conquer the other in the geographical territory. That's the only thing that can mean.
You're deciding that that's the case. I just explained to you what it could mean, because no one's saying, again, we need an official national anthem for white people, an official national anthem for black people. Of course not. Of course not. The national anthem is our national anthem. And then we can recognize how Lift Every Voice and Sing had to be identified for a lot of people as their national anthem because the national anthem did not represent them. And then celebrate that fight for rights, as I previously discussed. We'll watch till the end.
You see the singer, whoever she is, singing this made-up song, and
all songs are made up.
You see,
I hate to break it to you,
all these other people of all different races behind her looking very uncomfortable and slightly bored and just largely confused. That's the right expression. You should be uncomfortable with this. This idea does not end well.
The only reason it wouldn't end well is because of individuals such as yourself, Michael Knowles. Because you choose to manipulate the facts of an event that could have been completely uncontroversial, a beautiful moment, and you take that and try to tell people it means liberals want a race war. All for what? For views? For, money? It is so sickening that this is a thing that thousands of people tune into that to listen to someone tell them that a recognition of our past, a celebration of the rights that have been fought for, and all these different things means something absolutely horrible when it just does not. It is stunning, so dishonest, and very dangerous, and it tells you a whole lot more about Michael Knowles than it does about liberals. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get the full bonus show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley. Link in the description.